And there we are. We have contact. Hey, everybody. Spokane Steve right back with you. It's time for Strat-O-Matic baseball. I figured, why not? This game was a doubleheader. Second game of a doubleheader. Played the first one just a little bit ago. A wild game. 7-6 Detroit pulled it out. So after a little lunch, a light lunch, thought, heck, let's go ahead and finish it. It's a doubleheader. Let's play a doubleheader. And hello, Jack Dawson, and welcome. So for the nightcap, it will be Jim Lonborg and Denny McLean. McLean for Detroit, 20-game winner that year. Lonborg was a good pitcher, too. This wasn't one of his best years, but, you know, not bad. And we'll go over the lineups just quickly because they're more or less the same. It's for Detroit, it's going to be Word at third base, Lumpy at second base, Norm Cash hits third at first base, Al Kaline, the cleanup hitter, in right field, Willie Horton's hitting fifth in left field, Don Demeter's in center field again, batting sixth, McAuliffe at shortstop. Freehand does catch in the nightcap, and he'll hit eighth today. McLean, the pitcher. Boston will have Green in center, Casco at third base, Yastrzemski in left, Canigliaro at cleanup, hit right field, George Scott at first. Ryan will do the catching, Mike Ryan, he hits sixth, and then Petrocelli, Smith, and Lonborg. So the same lineups with the exception of the catchers, of course. It was Tillman and McFarland. McFarland hit eighth and caught for Detroit. Tillman hit sixth. So they go right into the same spots in the batting order. It's almost like the managers thought that that was required or something. Everybody's available as far as relievers. I did not check the box score, but, well, I could. It wouldn't be that difficult, would it? A lot of pitchers. Sherry pitched again. Pena in this one. Radats for Boston. Brandon Sadowski. I'm just going to say everybody's available. Did anybody go really long where you would say they wouldn't be available in the second game of a doubleheader? Not really. Sherry pitched 2 innings and he's available. So everybody's available. Lonborg getting set to work now. And here comes Don Wirt to lead things off for Detroit. And we're underway again here. And hello, Joel Horland. Welcome, sir. Glad you could join us. Second game of a doubleheader. We're playing both of them today. Here's Wirt to lead it off now. Lonborg, the sign from Ryan. Here's the windup and the pitch. That's a 1-6, a pop-up to the left side. That's going to be Petrocelli. He makes the catch, and there's one down. Let me get a little sip of my fresh cup of tea here. Oh, yeah, it's a hot cup of tea. Clear up the vocals a little bit. You know, I'm going to put a squirt of honey in that. Please excuse me, just to take a second. I'll get to you. Okay, we're set. One down now, and here is Lumpy. Lonborg into the windup. Pitch to Lumpy is a 3-11 against the right-hander. That's a ground ball. It's going to find its way up the middle and through into center field for a base hit. So a one-out single, Jerry Lumpy. And that'll bring up Norm Cash. Cash was held quiet in the first game of the doubleheader. Lonborg from the stretch now. Here's the pitch to Cash on a 1-8. That's the tapper down to second. That's going to be 2. That's going to go Smith to Petroselli to Scott, double play. And that will retire the side. No runs a hit, no one left. It's Detroit nothing, Boston coming to bat. And Simon, I do not know. Like I say, mine, I looked at parts of game one on my television. It looked okay to me. I may have had too much exterior light in the first game, too much outside light. Right now I only have the desk lamp on, which does allow me to control the lighting a little better. But it's dark outside now, so there is no outside light. McLean getting ready to work. Here comes Lenny Green to lead things off. McLean gets the sign from Freehand. The windup and the pitch is a 4-5 to the left-hander. A tapper down to second. Lumpy fields it cleanly. Flips over to Cash, one down. Here's Eddie Casco now. Casco a righty. McLean the pitch. That's going to be a 5-8. Swung on and missed strike three. McLean blows one right by Casco, and quickly there's two down. And here's Carl Yastrzemski. Yastrzemski homered in the first game. McLean the windup. Here's the pitch to Yaz on a 5-8. He loses him, ball four. A 2-out walk to Yastrzemski. An asterisk 15. McLean a -2, however, and this is not Tillman. This is Freehand catching with his -3 rifle behind the plate. That takes Yaz down to a 1-10 without even holding him on. So they will not hold him on, and Conigliaro will hit away as McLean delivers from the stretch. On a 2-8, that's a pop-up to the right side. That's going to be McAuliffe. He's there, makes the catch, and that'll do it. No runs, no hits, a man left. And we're scoreless after just an inning. Just getting started here. Game 2 of a doubleheader, Detroit at Boston, on April the 19th, 1966. Again, Detroit won the first game narrowly, 7-6. Sherry picking up the win with 2 marvelous innings of relief. Here's Kaline. He's going to lead it off for us here in the second. Lead it off for Detroit, I should say, as Lonborg goes into the windup. The pitch to Kaline is a 6-8 to the right-hander. That's going to be a fly to center field. That's playable for Green. He drifts over a bit and makes the catch. And here's Willie Horton now. Lonborg into the windup. The pitch to Willie is a 1-3 comebacker. Lonborg knocks it down, now picks it up, takes a step towards first, and tosses to Scott for the out. That'll bring up Don Demeter with 2 away. Excuse me. Lonborg, the windup. Pitch to Demeter is a 3-12 against the righty. That's a line drive right into the glove of Casco. How about that? He smoked it, but right at the third baseman. In a 1-2-3 inning for Jim Lonborg. We go to the bottom of the second, still scoreless. McLean getting ready to work here. Scott, Ryan, and Petroselli do. Scott standing in from the right side. McLean gets his sign. Here's the windup. The pitch to George Scott is a 6-9 against the right-hander. That's a triple to 3. That's hit hard, but tracking it down in center is Demeter, and he'll make the catch. So a 6-9, a triple to 3. The roll was a 5, narrowly missed it, but Demeter was able to catch up with it. And here's Mike Ryan now, the catcher. Right-handed batter, McLean the windup. The pitch to Ryan on a 2-11. That's a tapper down to short. McAuliffe charging on it. Now has it on the run, throws him out. 2 away quickly here in the second, and it's Rico Petroselli. McLean into the windup. Here's the pitch. It's a 5-10 catcher's card X. That's going to be freehand. About as good as you get with a 1E2. Here's the play. On a 20, it's going to be a foul out. Easy play for Bill Freehand. And that will do it. 1, 2, 3, go the Red Sox in the second. And we're scoreless after 2 complete. Lawnmower gets set to work here in the third. It will be the bottom of the order for Detroit. McAuliffe, Freehand, and McLean. Dick McAuliffe, a left-handed batter. Lawnborg, the sign from Ryan, and here's the pitch. That's a 4-8 against the left-hander. That's going to be a base hit up the middle, and Dick McAuliffe has a leadoff single here in the third. So McAuliffe at 13, not an asterisk. Lawnborg a -2, Ryan a 0. There's no need to hold McAuliffe. Let's see how Detroit's going to play it now. Are they going to hit away? Freehand is a B bunter. On the other hand, with the pitcher on deck, he is going to hit away. Lawnborg from the stretch. The pitch to Freehand on a 5-5, and ball 4, he loses him. So a walk to Freehand. First and second, nobody out. Now let's take a look at McLean. McLean's a B bunter. So obviously Boston's going to pull the infield in, making him a C. He's going to try to lay it down anyway. Here's the bunt. That's a 7 on a C, and it's a good bunt. Sacrifice bunt, runners advance. Pouncing off the mound is Ryan, throws down to first. Both runners will move up on a sacrifice hit by Denny McLean. That's my cat in the background, who just was fed, by the way. It must appear to people listening that I'm starving this cat, but I assure you that cannot be further from the truth. Now with second and third, the Red Sox will have to bring the infield in here with Don Wirt coming to the plate. So infield in, 1 down. Lawnborg from a full windup. The pitch to Wirt is a 2-5, and he loses him, ball 4, and the bases are loaded. And Lawnborg is digging himself a hole right away here in the third inning. A single and 2 walks. The bases are juiced with 1 away, and here's Jerry Lumpy. Norm Cash is on deck. And Lawnborg, full windup with the bases loaded. Comes to Lumpy on a 6-8. It's a fly ball to left field. That's going to be deep. Yastrzemski's back. McAuliffe tagging. He'll tag and score. And it's 1-0 Detroit on a sacrifice fly to left by Lumpy. He'll get an RBI on the play. McAuliffe scores. First and second, 2 away now. Not out of the woods yet by any means is Mr. Lawnborg, as here comes Norm Cash. Cash, a fearsome left-handed batter. Lawnborg from the stretch comes to the plate on a 1-8, and that'll be a tapper down to second, fielded by Smith. He'll go the short way to Petrocelli, and that'll do it. But Detroit scores 1 on a hit. They leave a pair. There were a couple of walks. And after 2.5, it's Tigers 1, Red Sox nothing. As Denny McLean gets set to work in the bottom of the third, I'll take a moment to have a little sip of tea. Oh my God, he's right up here. I normally don't do this, but you guys have got to see this. I don't know if you can or not, but just past the light on the back of the couch, there he is. Just look at him. That's my old Tommy cat. About 16 and a half years young now. He's older than me in cat years. It will be Smith, Lonborg, and Green here for Boston in the bottom of the third. Here comes McLean with the windup. The pitch is a 1-5. That's going to be into the gap for a double for George Smith. A triple 1-3, but on the 9, he's going to round second, and he'll think about it and hold right there with a leadoff double. Lonborg, yeah, I figured so. He's an A bunter. They'll be in. And he's going to hit away. So here's the pitch from McLean to Lonborg on a 4-8. Single to 8, but that line drive finds the glove of Lumpy. Smith just does get back to the bag. So Billy Herman, seeing that they were playing in, tried to cross him up by having Lonborg swing away. And he did hit it well. Just right into the glove of the second baseman. And with one down, here is Green. Here's the pitch from McLean to Green on a 2-9. Swung on and missed strike 3. And down goes Green on strikes. That's a big strikeout for Denny, his second of the game. And with 2 away, it'll be Eddie Casco. McLean, the windup. Here's the pitch to Casco on a 3-8. That'll be a fly to center field. That's playable for Demeter. He drifts over a bit and makes the catch, and that will do it. No runs, a hit. A man left on after 3 complete. It's Tigers 1, Red Sox nothing. Now this cat's playing with my fielding chart. So far, he is not causing any problems. There's no guarantee that will remain the case, however. Okay, we go to the 4th. It's Lonborg getting ready to work. It will be Kaline, Horton, and Demeter for Detroit. They lead by a run. Lonborg, the sign from Ryan. Here's the windup and the pitch to Kaline. That's a 2-8. That's going to be hit into center field, and that's going to get past Green. Kaline rounding now. Green gets it back in, and Kaline's got a leadoff double. So on a 2-8, double to 3, it's a 1. And how about that? A leadoff double for Al Kaline. Along with Cash, one of the Bengal Belters. Anybody remember that baseball card? I used to have that. I may still have it somewhere. Here's Horton now. Kaline at second, nobody out. Lonborg, it's a 3-7 to the right-hander, and that's a base hit into left field, an open single. Kaline can try to score on that, but that's the arm of Yastrzemski, remember. He's on it quickly. Kaline of 14, -3, and 11. With nobody out, he's going to play it conservatively and not test the arm of Yaz. And he'll hold up at third base. And the Tigers are in business here now with runners on the corners and nobody out. Here comes Demeter, line to third in the second inning. And how is Boston going to play this? They're already trailing by a run. Horton, not a threat to run. They're going to bring the infield in here. Sensing this could be a pitching duel, and they're already down by a run. So infield in. Here's Lonborg from the stretch now. Pitch to Demeter on a 5-11. High fly ball to deep left field. Back goes Yastrzemski to the track, to the wall. It's over the monster and gone. A 3-run blast by Don Demeter. And the Tigers jump out to a 4-0 lead. Let's look at that again. A 5-11. Nope. Okay, I apologize. Holy cow. Oh, no, it is. It's a 5-11. Home run to 14. God, my eyes. Okay, 5-11. Home run to 14. The roll is clearly a 6. Demeter with end power. Okay, so it is a 3-run blast by Demeter. Original call stands. And it's a 3-run blast, and it's 4-0 Detroit. And here's McAuliffe now. Lonborg with the pitch. McAuliffe on a 5-5. Ball 4, he walks him. And Lonborg, apparently rattled by the home run, suddenly can't find the strike zone. And that'll bring up Freehand. Still nobody out. Nobody warming in the bullpen. Billy Herman not used to seeing Lonborg throw anything less than 6 or 7 innings. But he's in trouble here in the 4th. From the stretch now, the pitch to Freehand is a 3-5, and that's a base hit into center field, an open single. McAuliffe can try to go into 3rd, and Green's a +2. McAuliffe a 14, a 16. He's going. They're going to have to concede that and hold the runner at 1st. So a base hit Freehand. McAuliffe chugs into 3rd. The throw is cut off, and it's 1st and 3rd. Still nobody out. 4-0. And here's McLean. McLean, a C bunter. He's going to lay it down. That's a 7 on a C. That's a successful sacrifice. Freehand will move up to second base. That's 2 for McLean. That's the first out of the inning. 2 runners in scoring position, however, now. With 2 down, it will be Wirt with Jerry Lumpy on deck. Okay, Lonborg looking in to get his sign now. He's trying to get out of this. How are they going to play it? 2nd and 3rd, 1 down. Boston will pull the infield in. They can't afford to get any further behind here. Lonborg set now. Here's the pitch to Wirt. That's going to be a 1-8. That's a grounder to shortstop. That's going to be Petrocelli with the infield in. He looks the runner back and throws him out. So the infield in prevents a run there. There's 2 down. And here's Lumpy. Lonborg, the pitch to Lumpy. Here it is, a 5-8. Tapper down to second base. That's going to be Smith. He's got it cleanly and flips over to Scott to retire the side. But the Tigers tack on 3 on 4 hits. A big 3-run home run by Don Demeter. And they take a 4-0 lead into the bottom of the 4th. McLean, quite pleased to be staked to a 4-run lead. He's joking around with his catcher now as he gets loose for the bottom of the 4th. He's got to face the heart of the Boston order, however. That'll be Yaz, Canigliaro, and George Scott. McLean ready to work now as Yaz steps in from the left side. Yaz walked back in the 1st inning. Yastrzemski the windup. McLean the windup, rather, and the pitch to Yastrzemski on a 1-6. That's ripped down the right field line, past the bag and into the corner. Yastrzemski rounding 1st. He's steaming into 2nd with a stand-up double. So double for Yaz to lead it off here, and it'll be Canigliaro. And I'm having visions of Game 1 already. Started out as a pitcher's duel, and then all hell broke loose. So here's Canigliaro. McLean ready to work now from the stretch. The pitch to Tony is a 4-4. That's a grounder to third base X. That's going to be Wirt. Wirt very steady at a 2E13. Here's the roll on the play. On a 2, he can't get to it. He knocks it down, picks it up, and he has no play. It's an infield single off of the glove of Wirt, and everybody's safe. Yaz will take 3rd on the play, and Boston has runners at the corners and nobody out. Canigliaro not a threat to run. And here's George Scott now. With a 4-run lead, Detroit will play back as McLean comes set and from the stretch delivers to Scott. That's a 2-4, fly to right field B ? So that is a fly ball to K-line. He's a -4. The runner can tag up, It's Yaz, 14, add 2 a 16, minus the 4 is a 12. And he is not going to chance that. So the rifle arm of K-Line deters Yastrzemski from tagging, and there's one down. Detroit will remain back, infield back. Here's Mike Ryan now, 0 for 1. McLean from the stretch. Pitch to Mike Ryan is a 4-10. It's a fly ball to center, shallow. In comes Demeter, still coming, and he catches up with it. And there's 2 down. And it'll be up to Petroselli. Runner still at the corners, 2 away. McLean from the stretch. The pitch to Rico is a 6-6, a tapper down to third. Wirt has it, throws across in time, and the Red Sox fail to score. No runs, 2 hits, they leave a pair. At the end of 4 complete, it is 4-0 Detroit. Lawnboard getting ready to work in the 5th. Excuse me. Heart of the order coming up for Detroit. Cash, K-Line, and Horton. Cash 0 for 2. Lawnboard from the windup. The pitch to Norm is a 5-6, fly to center field. That's going to be playable for Green. He's got it, and there's 1 down. And here's K-Line now. 1 for 2 with a double. Lawnboard gets his sign from Ryan, the windup. The pitch to K-Line. That's a 5-9 to the right-hander. High fly ball to left field. Back goes Yastrzemski. That's off the monster. Yaz plays it well, but K-Line with speed is churning into second base, and he's got himself another double. He doubled in his last at-bat. So a double by K-Line. He's in scoring position with 1 away, and here's Willie Horton. Lawnborg winds and deals. Here it is, a 6-7 to Horton. That's a second base X. That's going to be Smith. Smith is a 2E28. He goes behind the bag, and here is the roll on the play on a 14. He's got it. He stops it, turns, and throws. The runner will advance on that play. So 4-3X, K-Line takes third, and with 2 away, Demeter will be the hitter. Demeter, of course, pretty much the fireworks in the game so far, with his 3-run home run in his last at-bat. Lawnborg shakes one off now nodding. Full wind-up and the pitch. To Demeter on a 2-5. High fly ball to deep left field. Back goes Horton. Back goes Yastrzemski. Can you believe it? Demeter's done it again. A 2-run blast, and it's 6-0. Holy crap. 2-5 righty homer to 8. 8, it just does clear the top of the wall. And Don Demeter with a 2-home run game. He had 14 that year in 325 at-bats, a 458 slugging. Normally, Mickey Stanley plays center. But man, did Chuck Dressen know what he was doing when he penciled Don Demeter into the lineup today. Holy cow. 2 homers, 5 RBIs on the day for Don Demeter. Wow. And it's 6-0 Detroit. Of course, remember, they led the first game 7-1, and it ended up being 7-6. Here's McAuliffe now, 2 away. Lawnborg, the pitch on a 4-7. It's a single to 9, but that liner will find the glove of Smith to retire the side. So a liner to second. 2 runs on the 2-run blast by Demeter. And Detroit takes a 6-0 lead to the bottom of the 5th. And they've got the real-life 20-game winner, Denny McLean, on the mound to hold it. So it's not Monbouquet, and it's not Moorhead. Smith, the pitcher's spot, and Green due up for Boston, and you have to think they'll probably hit for Lonborg. He has not pitched all that well. Well, that would be, I got to move this fielding chart because the cat now is, I'm sorry, strategy chart. This cat thinks it's a toy now. Here's Smith, McLean into the windup. The pitch to Smith is a 3-7. That's a tapper down to shortstop. McAuliffe there, he's got it and throws him out. I'm thinking hit for him. I'm not sure it makes a whole lot of difference, actually. He's not tired. It's 5-1, 6-2. And they used a lot of relief in game one. I actually think they'd go a little longer with Lonborg. They're basically out of the game anyway. Lonborg's going to bat. Here's the 2-9. Grounder to first. That'll be taken by Cash. He'll take it to the bag himself. We're just going to try to get a little more length out of Lonborg and spare that bullpen. And here's Green with 2 away. McLean's pitch. 5-6. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And for McLean, that's his 3rd K of the ball game. 1-2-3, go the Red Sox. And after 5 complete, it is 6-0 Detroit. So hopefully Lonborg will reward Billy Herman for his faith and give him a little bit of length here, sparing the pen. It'll be Freehand, McLean, and Wirt due for Detroit as we move along to the 6th inning. Okay, Freehand steps in now. Lonborg ready to work. The windup and the pitch. That's a 5-8. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Down goes Freehand. Denny McLean up now. He'll, of course, bat. Right-handed hitter. Here's the pitch from Lonborg. And we got a dice down. That's a reroll. Here's the next pitch from Lonborg. On a 3-7. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Lonborg whiffed 2 very quickly here in the 6th, and that'll bring up Don Wirt. Wirt's 0 for 2 with a walk. Here's the pitch from Lonborg. On a 5-8, swung on and missed, strike 3. And Lonborg, perhaps rejuvenated by the fact that he was allowed to bat, he comes out and strikes out the side. Too little too late, perhaps. You never know. You never know. This is Fenway Park. These are both good hitting ball clubs. However, Denny McLean would seem to have his side of the game well in hand. It'll be Casco, Yastrzemski, and Conigliaro here in the bottom of the 6th. Casco 0 for 2. The windup and the pitch. That's a 1-8. Comebacker. McLean's got it. Tosses over to Hort to Cash, and that will do it. 1 down. Here's Yastrzemski. Yastrzemski 1 for 1 today. He walked in the 1st, doubled in the 4th. McLean into the windup. Here's the pitch. It's a 2-2. Tapper down to second base. Charging is Lumpy. He's got it now on the run. Flips to Cash in time. 2 away quickly, and Tony Conigliaro will be the hitter as McLean goes into the windup. Pitch to Tony is 6-6. That's a tapper down to 3rd. There's Wirt's got it. Plants himself, takes his time, and throws him out. 1-2-3 for McLean. Down go the Red Sox, and after 6 complete, it's still 6-0. Lonborg comes out for the 7th, his first possible inning of fatigue. He's in S7. Lumpy, Cash, and K-Line due for Detroit. Lonborg, the sign from Ryan. Here's the windup in the pitch. That's a 4-8 to the lefty. That's a base hit into right field for Lumpy. So Jerry Lumpy with a leadoff single. No threat to run. And here's Norm Cash. Lonborg from the stretch. The pitch to Norm on a 3-7. That's ripped into the right field. Canigliaro picks it up. Lumpy's going to go all the way into third on that. Rounding second. He's into third on a single by Cash. And now there is activity in the Boston pen. Let's see who they didn't use in game one. Dick Radatz is going to get up. Let's take a look at him. 76 innings. Radatz would be traded to Cleveland later that year, later this season. Well, not until June the 2nd. So that's a long time from now. Radatz, one of the few pitchers who did not work in the first game of the doubleheader. He's going to get loose. First and third, nobody out, and here's K-line. And one more hitter walk will fatigue Lonborg. From the stretch, the pitch to K-line on a 4-4. That's a grounder to third base X. That'll be Casco. He's a 3-11. They were playing back. Here's the play on an 18. That's going to be a force play. That'll score a run. So that's going to go 5-4. Cash is forced. Lumpy comes in to score. And it's 7-0. One away, and Willie Horton will come to bat now. Horton's 1 for 3 today. Lonborg from the stretch now. The pitch to Horton, a 5-11. High fly ball to left field. Back goes Yastrzemski at the wall. He makes the catch. Oh my God, would you look at that. 5-11 righty homer to 14. The roll is a 15. He just misses it. And that becomes a deep fly ball. Runner cannot tag from first. Sometimes those are fly ball A's, so you got to look for that. And here's Demeter now. Demeter, all he's done today is homered twice and driven in 5 runs. Lonborg, he's going to try something different this time. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, 2-7, and that's ripped into down the left field line. That's going to be extra bases. Here comes Cash to score. Demeter's in with an RBI double, and the Don Demeter show keeps rolling on. For Demeter, his 6th RBI of the evening. It's now 8-0 Detroit. Lonborg is fatigued. Here comes Billy Herman. That's it. Radatz is going to be coming on. He's ready. So Lonborg did not have a good day at the office. 6 2/3 innings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11 hits. Holy crap, 11 hits. He walked 3. I'm looking for strike. Here, he didn't strike anybody out except for the 6th when he struck out the side. How weird is that? That was his only 3 strikeouts. He's given up all of the runs. Demeter at second is still his responsibility. And here comes Radatz. Another name I've always enjoyed. And here's McAuliffe. So there's 2 away. Here's Radatz ready to work now. Pitch to McAuliffe on a 5-11. It's a fly ball to right, shallow. Canigliaro coming in, still coming, and now he's there to make the catch for the out. But the Tigers pick up 2 more on 3 hits. Demeter strikes again. And it's 8-0 as we move to the bottom of the 7th. McLean cruising now. On top of that, he's an S8 as far as endurance goes. It'll be Scott, Ryan, and Petrocelli for the Sox. But McLean's only allowed 3 hits in this ball game, and up to this point seems in complete command. McLean, the windup, the pitch to Scott. That's a 1-6. He walks him. So a leadoff walk to Scott. And Mike Ryan will be the hitter. McLean from the stretch now gets the sign from Freehand. The pitch to Ryan is a 4-5. Swung on and missed strike 3, and down goes Ryan. That's 1, 2, 3. 4 Ks for Denny. Here's Petrocelli with 1 down. From the stretch, the pitch to Rico. 4-8 to the righty. It's a single to 8, and that will get knocked down by Lumpy at second, who has no play, however. That's an infield single. Scott will hold at second. And there's 2 on and 1 away. And George Smith, the batter. McLean from the stretch. Pitch to Smith is a 1-9. It's a grounder to short. That could be 2. McAuliffe has it. Shovels to Lumpy. On to first. Double play. And that will do it. That'll end the inning. No runs a hit. They leave a pair. At the end of 7 complete, it's Detroit 8. Boston nothing. So Raddatz will come out and pitch the 8th. He's due to lead off the bottom of the inning. He'll be pinch hit for, almost certainly. Freehand, McLean, and Wirt due up for Detroit. 8-0 Tigers, and a laugher here now. Raddatz, the windup. The pitch to Freehand is a 3-6. Pop up on the left side. That'll be Petrocelli calling. He's got it. 1 down, and here's McLean, a right-handed batter. Here's the pitch from Raddatz. On a 3-3, tapper down to first. Scott's got it. Flips to Raddatz covering, and there's 2 down quickly here in the 8th inning. And here's Wirt. Wirt 0 for 3 today. Raddatz with his pitch. Here it is, a 5-9, a grounder to short X. That's going to be Petrocelli. He's a 2E38. Here's the play. On a 3, he can't get it. He knocks it down, but he has no play, and that'll be ruled an infield single. And Wirt's aboard with 2 down. Lumpy 2 for 3 today, left-handed batter. Raddatz from the stretch. Pitch to Lumpy on a 5-7. It's a triple to 2. It's a fly ball carrying, but Green's going to be there to make the catch to retire the side. So a 5-7 lefty 2 triple. The roll is an 18. Harmless fly out to center field. No runs a hit, 1 left on. And we go to the bottom of the 8th, still 8-0. So the excitement now is, I don't know if you'd call it excitement, but as far as rooting interest, can Denny McLean finish the complete game shutout? He's pitched a gem here. He's only allowed 4 hits. Boston will send up a pinch hitter to lead off the 8th for Raddatz. Raddatz worked 1 1/3. He gave up a hit and nothing else. All runs charged to Lonborg. Let's see who's Boston's pitcher would be. Stange. They've got cash. Why not Bob Allen? He hardly ever gets used. 51 innings, left-hander. Bob Allen will get ready to come in, but right now they need a batter against Denny McLean. And they're going to send up Joe Foy to bat. Foy, one of a handful of players who did not play in the first game of the doubleheader. He'll get a chance here as he leads off the bottom of the 8th. McLean into the windup. Here's the pitch to Foy. That's a 5-8. Swung on and missed, strike 3, and down goes Foy. And that'll bring up Green. Green 0 for 3, fanned twice. McLean into the windup. Pitch to Green on a 6-9. High fly ball to right field. Backing up is K-Line, just shy of the track. Makes the catch for the out. So on a 6-9 lefty, well, he's a weak anyway. Single to 2. Roll is a 17. Here's Casco. 2 down. McLean the windup. The pitch to Eddie on a 4-11. That's a base hit up the middle. 2 out, single Casco. And that'll give Carl Yastrzemski another at bat. Doubled and walked, 1 for 2. McLean from the stretch. Here's the pitch on a 2-8. A liner right into the glove of Lumpy. So Yastrzemski hit it on the screws, but right at the second baseman, and that will retire the side. And no runs to hit, a man left. We move along to the 9th inning, 8-0 Detroit. And here is Allen now. Raddatz is done. He was pinch hit for. Bob Allen, a lefty, 4.21 in 51 innings. Kind of a mop-up role for him, really. He'll be facing Cash, K-Line, and Horton here in the top of the 9th. Allen, the lefty, ready to work now. Here's the pitch to Cash. That's a 6-8. Fly to center field. That's going to be playable for Green. He's right there and makes the catch. With 1 away, Al K-Line will be the batter. K-Line 2 for 4, 2 doubles. Allen winds and deals. Here's the pitch, a 4-9. That's ripped down the right field line. That's going to be extra bases. Conigliaro picks it up. By the time he gets it back in, K-Line standing at second with his 3rd double of the evening. And Willie Horton will be the batter. Horton 1 for 4 today as Allen comes set and delivers to the plate. On a 3-4, tapper down to 3rd. That's Casco. Looks the runner back and throws him out. And here's Demeter. And Billy Herman's seen enough. They're going to put Demeter on. I don't care what the score is. Demeter's as hot as blazing coals right now. He gets the intentional walk. And Allen will go after the lefty McAuliffe. Not that it makes any difference. They're trailing by 8 runs anyway. Here's the pitch. It's a 5-11. That's a base hit into center field. They can try to score on that. It's an open single. K-Line can try to score. The center fielder is Green, a +2. He's a 14 with 2 outs, 16 +2, 18. He sure is. Here comes K-Line. The throw to the plate. He's in there. RBI for McAuliffe. K-Line comes in to score. Demeter charges into 3rd. And it's 9-0. And Freehan will be the hitter. Allen ready to work now. The pitch to Bill Freehan on a 6-9. That's blasted down the left field line for a double. That's going to score Demeter. So much for walking people intentionally and thinking you're going to get away with it. Freehan can... Wait a minute, that isn't right. There's 2 down. Double intentional walk. The single scored 1. So McAuliffe can try to score on that. 6-9 is a double to left. That is Yaz, though. He's a -3. McAuliffe a 14 with 2 outs, 16. Minus 313. Why not? He's coming. Here's the throw to the plate. He's in there. So a 2 RBI double for Freehand. Demeter and McAuliffe both score. And it's 11-0. And at this point, Allen's just going to suck it up. Here's McLean now. And here's the pitch on a 6-7, a grounder to second base X. That's going to be Smith. He's a 2E28. And here's the play on a 12. That goes to the error frequency. It's a 28. The roll is a 3. And he boots it. Can you believe this? Smith can't come up with it. That's an error. McLean's safe. E4, error Red Sox. Freehand takes third on the play, and Wirt will come to bat. And most of the Boston fans have already left the ballpark. Here's Allen's pitch to Wirt. That's a 4-5 fly to right field. That's playable for Canigliaro. He's there, and that'll retire the side. Tigers tack on 3 more on 3 hits. There was an intentional walk that came around to score. And it's 11-0. And the only question remaining is, can Denny McLain nail down the complete game shutout here? He's allowed 5 hits, scattered them pretty nicely. Canigliaro, Scott, and Ryan standing in his way. Here's the pitch to Tony. It's a 4-9. It's a double to 6, but that's going to be caught by Demeter in center. Demeter runs it down. And it's the Don Demeter show. That's right, no doubt about it. And here's George Scott now, 1 down. McLean, the sign from Freehand, the windup. Pitch to Scott is a 6-7. It's a tapper to second base X. That's going to be Lumpy. He's a 4E8. And the play on an 8, that's the error range. On an E8, the roll is an 11, and Lumpy scoops it up and throws him out. And we're down to the last out. It's Ryan. McLean, 1 out away from a complete game shutout. He stares in to get his sign, and here's the pitch to Ryan. That's a 3-7 fly to center ball, playable. That's going to do it. Demeter right there. Only fitting that Demeter would make the final out. He catches it. And that's it. A complete game shutout for Denny McLain. What do you know about that? In a one-sided contest, a 12-0 hammering by Detroit of Boston in their Fenway Park. McLean the winner. I do not have my records, of course, because of my laptop being in the shop. Allen in his inning gave up 3 hits, 3 runs. An intentional walk, no Ks. McLean, a 5-hit shutout. That speaks for itself. He walked only 2. And he struck out 5. So for Detroit, 12 runs on 15 hits, no errors. Boston shut out on 5 hits. They made an error. And that's your final. As the Tigers rout the Red Sox, sweeping a doubleheader. Remember, they won the first game 7-6. Here they cruise to a 12-0 victory. I'm going to say the player of the game. We're going to have co-players of the game today. Denny McLain and Don Demeter are going to share the award. McLain with his brilliant 5-hit shutout. Demeter for his 3-for-4 performance with 2 homers, 6 RBIs, and a couple of nice plays in center to boot. And that'll do it for me. It's past my dinner time here in Spokane. I'll tell you what's on the schedule for tomorrow. It will be the Chicago White Sox at the California Angels, the standard 2:15 p.m. Pacific time. I want to thank all of you guys who joined me, especially guys, the diehards that sat here till the end of a 12-0 extremely one-sided affair. But I started thinking, doubleheader, you know what, let's just play two. Lonborg, of course, gets the loss. I forgot to write that in. Lonborg got hammered. 11 hits, 8 runs in 6 2/3. So I'll be back with you tomorrow. This is Spokane Steve wishing you all a pleasant good night. Take care, everybody. It's dinner